Collectors in disguise. Children of Primus. Collectors in disguise. Children of Primus. Collectors in disguise. Children of Primus. Children of Primus.
Hello.
We are back. Cybertron After Hours and a whole other season of G1 that we're not aware of with a different version of Dark Awakening Optimus.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that is a 5 millimeter port on the actual figure. So
Yep.
I've seen people like have like flames like coming out of that and stuff, and just
Yeah, I didn't realize for the first day or so, like you could plug it in on his backpack. So that's where I was putting it, where I didn't want it in his hand
if they just
when I
because I'm
stopped
like
playing with him.
I don't know, maybe I'll get lucky when TFCon comes around and that lovely bootleg version of him that's out there will be there. But
Mhm.
like if they just released a normal version of just the front of Commander Optimus, I would probably get that because they did the battle damaged one, they did the Skybound one, which is expensive and not great for some reason. If they just did a normal
And
one,
doesn't really have it, and doesn't have any battle damage.
yeah.
And Mario in the comments saying, "What up, Mario? And what's up again, Children of Primus?" And I know we mentioned reveals. There's a bunch of. I'm also behind on some interesting reveals that I've come across.
Ugh,
Oh, you saw my two lone things in part one, so I'm good. At some point, I have to explain my stresses over the upcoming hot rod, but that can wait.
yeah, I saw the new hot rod at the Target I got this guy at. So
Oh, he's already out there, right? Jeez.
just got his arm pulled out. It's not that hard to pull out now. Watch it be hard for me to pull out now. Oh yeah, so it won't be hard to swap out the Megatron arm once I get in the mail.
One of us, one of us, one of us.
One of us.
Let's
One
see
of
the
us.
stuff. Show us the goods.
Show us the goods. So from the dollar store. Actually, let me see if I can zoom in here.
Oh, that is a Montoy. Half of these are made by Montoy.
Yes. And actually, let me turn it off. There we go. So, yeah, it was
Oh, that's interesting because I can't immediately identify. Usually, sometimes I can be like, oh, I know which Transformer this is a upscale altered version of, but I don't immediately recognize that. The shoulder pads are kind of Age of Extinction Grimlock, but the rest of them isn't.
yeah, it's that's what I'm finding. Actually, let me
Yeah, I mean, it could always be from a non-Transformer source and that I just don't know about.
So I mean the artwork I find to be pretty cool, and so that's one that I saw and I'm like, that's let me interesting to pick up. I think I've shown this one before.
But what if it was purple?
Yeah,
What does that one
exactly.
change into? That's a swoop looking design.
Yes, and
Yeah, that that looks familiar. That probably is. I think that might actually just be the little, not the big 86 swoop you have, the little Legends one that combines that I have blown up large.
Oh, from
Either way,
Legacy.
I love the purple.
and then there was this other store which I found interesting because they had individual bots, and then apparently there was a box with like all the individuals in together.
What am I looking at? Is it one guy? Is that a combiner?
It's a combiner, so it's a combiner of 5 different vehicles. They just call it Fire Robot Combine and Deformation. Um,
Yeah, you always see deformation on these things because it's a bad translation of transformation or transformer. That
yes,
is like really common when you like translate it straight from like Chinese to English.
yeah. So it's
Oh, so
quite interesting. It's like a jeep, a helicopter, a dump truck, and let's see, a crane and an excavator. So it's a almost like a mixture of like all different combiners into one.
yeah. So this is like a Power Ranger type combiner where they don't have individual robot modes. It's just vehicles into big guy.
Yeah, exactly. So I think I'm gonna actually try to open this up while we're talking.
I
Yeah.
got something that I was hoping that it hadn't ended yet, and it doesn't end for another 20 minutes. So that's good. Let me get up to the top of this because I want Anthony to look at this,
Oh, let's see. Yeah, sure.
and I want you to tell me why.
Why?
Tell me why.
Oh God, why?
Oh,
Why,
your audio
Primus?
just cut
Why?
off.
My audio's going. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
There we
now I
go.
can hear you.
Okay. There are 19 bids on this,
Yes.
and this is all that is in this lot,
Hmm.
and it is up to $227.50 American.
Fascinating.
Okay, so
Let's see
6,000
what it
Canadian.
is.
Still waiting on Spin to pull it up. There it goes.
Vintage G1 weapons accessory lot. Shogun Warriors as well. I mean,
It's
Vintage.
got a bunch of close-ups, so you can see if something just really hangs out, and you go, "Oh, it's because it's got these weapons in there."
oh, well, okay, that's a sound wave missile. Identifying accessories is not necessarily my forte, but I'll see what I can spot. I mean, those are obviously Devastator bits. You got a chest plate there,
Yeah, you
along
got
with
a
a full wind charger.
wind charger hiding in there. Some original stickers.
Yeah, but the sticker sheet is peeled.
Yeah, so I was like, what's the
Oh,
point?
that's a well.
Oh,
I
the
don't
watch
know.
bot. I see the watch bot up there.
Yeah, a
Oh,
form. Yeah, that's not a bad score. God, what are we looking at here? Somebody's shootable fist.
oh,
Uh,
that is Piranicon's fist.
oh, okay. A couple of missile sprues. That red gun in the middle looks familiar, but I can't quite place it.
That is
It's-
red alert.
Oh, okay. There's 3 Dinobot swords on the upper right, I guess. Yeah, that's fully just 3 different Dinobot swords. Not Grimlocks. I have him, so I know that's not what it looks like. But that's the other 2.
And these right here, those are the rockets to the GI Joe Fang. That
Mhm.
even, I don't know if you can see it in that one right there. It says Fang on it. It's a lot
Yeah.
bigger on my screen.
Those are some Seeker fists right up the top there because of the I recognize the cuts in them. That's an Insecticon part.
Bombshell.
Oh,
Yeah.
yep, that is
Oh,
Bombshell's
there's the
gun.
rest of the Dinobot swords.
Oh, and that's Inferno and Grapple's hands.
Hmm.
But like this right here, this looks like it's been burned.
Yeah.
They're all. I mean, all the chrome has gone off of this drill
Oh.
hand for Devastator.
Yes.
Okay, so Impact. I mean, Toy Warp has some insight because of the golden Die Ruger. I don't know what that is. Die Ruger sounds familiar. I should know that.
Oh, hang on. I bet he was talking about this thing. There's Waterwalk. And
Okay.
I don't know who this camera looking dude is. That's not Reflector. There's a Headmaster.
Oh yeah, I checked really quickly. Die Ruger is Vehicle Voltron.
It's an interesting lot. Now the question is it worth that price though?
Look, G1 replacement parts do go for a lot, and there are a lot of really obviously useful bits here, even amongst the burned things, like all the swords and the guns for the vintage figures.
This
I could
is
see it
this is that gold guy. There was a picture that had him kind of in the corner of it.
but I could
There it
see
is, right
being-
there. Is this what
Okay.
you're talking
Yeah, that
about
is-
right here, Toy Warp?
That is what it looks like. That's what Die Ruger looks like. I googled him really quickly in another window. Yeah, it's the Vehicle Voltron, right?
Whoops. And a wind charger. Of course, you always got to throw in a wind charger into a lot.
Yeah, but $227 worth of wind charger?
But is he graded?
Yeah.
He ain't going to grade very well.
According to
Yeah, there's-
CBR, he'd be 2,000.
Yeah, this is true.
Yeah, so yeah, somewhere around 2,000. Yeah, I was
I
just
yeah,
curious if anything.
nothing
Yeah,
specific
that's
sticks out to me, but seeing
pre-Voltron
how many of
Japanese
these,
only. He said.
yeah, pre-Voltron Japanese only, maybe. Yeah. Either way, just the sheer amount of G1 accessories there, I could see that jump. Remember, it was like $60 for replacement Rodimus spoiler. No, it was 40, but still, you know. So
Uh-oh. Says we're offline.
it's
Okay, there we
five
go.
Rodimus spoilers. You'd be paying 200 on eBay. So so there's five Rodimus Prime spoilers worth of stuff there. You know.
Mm. RJ Eagle in the house saying, "Hey gang, what's happening? What
RJ.
the heck are those we're looking at? A hodgepodge of GoBots, Voltron, and Transformers. Seems overpriced though."
Yeah, I'm
RJ,
trying to
I
see.
agree 100%.
Yeah,
I was
like if I had to diagnose it, I would just say there's enough necessary G1 accessories in there that people are looking for to push that price over. Just from the ones I can place. Yeah. And the other
RJ
important
popped
angle
up.
is what's been reissued and what hasn't. Like the Dinobots have never been reissued, so their swords being in there, that's the best way to get them. Stuff like that. Yeah. Something I was alluding to earlier was so they're doing the pink hot rods coming out soon, right? I mean, I understand it's already there in the
Magneta.
US.
Oh yeah, pink.
Magenta. Yeah. Uh, I got mine on pre-order from GameStop, and I am sweating like, yeah. Well, Hasbro was like, I hate pink, and
That
I'm
worked
sweating
out.
like that one GIF of Jordan Peele about it because apparently there's a thread on TFW. I know several other people who reported this. A lot of them have quality control problems, like an unusually high amount of them. And it's all different ones. Some of them have like two of the same hand. Some of them have like two of the same forearm panels, so they can't transform properly. Some of them are missing wheels. Some of them have pins that have been misfired in their assembly, so their joints don't work properly. So I'm like, wow, I hope when mine comes in, it doesn't have any of these problems. There are confirmed reports of ones that do not have issues, so they do exist. Hopefully, I get one of those ones. But right
Hey,
now, I'm just like, oof, this is something I've been waiting for a while. I hope they don't, I don't get a bum copy like so many other people seem to have.
Oh shit.
BSR got one right.
Hmm. Who?
Isn't that his name? The around $2,000.
Oh,
CBR.
CBR.
CBR,
Like, yeah,
CBR.
you're right.
CVR.
That's not. You're not wrong.
Check this one out, Spin.
Right, it's
That moment where we wait for the popping up to happen. Oh yeah. Buy it now. Just around $2,000.
if only.
And it says complete. But I'm here to tell you that it's not.
Hmm. Oh, you can see.
If
You
you
can
could,
spot something missing.
Yeah.
see this little cut out of foam right there underneath of this. There's supposed to be a piece of foam that goes across this section of Jetfire because those will poke a hole in this plastic.
Hmm.
And there's a piece of foam that goes right there, and it's actually wrapped in cardboard. Mine still has it.
Hmm.
But mine's sealed. This one just says mint in the box complete. And I say, liar! I'm right.
I was gonna
I'm
say,
writing
it's
them.
not suspicious.
You're missing pieces.
Of the toy or the packaging or both?
Well, if it's mint in box complete, that means everything that came with it when you bought it.
I know you were commenting on how you worded it, so.
Impactor says, "Oh my goodness, it's missing in the plastic foam." And Toy Warp says, "Said him doing a strip tease. Forgot it's Children of Primus and not his OnlyFans." And Toy Warp also says, "That's about $300 to $400 Jetfire there." Speaking of striptease, because my birthday was last week, I got a T-shirt for as a present. Actually, quite an interesting T-shirt. See if I
Let's
can,
see. Let's see.
Oh,
let's see. Let's see.
I got one
Big
too.
Gunboy is happy to see
There we go. Let's
Oh,
Oh,
nice.
yeah.
Yes.
defense weight. Yeah, defense
Savoy.
weight.
Mm-hmm. And what do we got from Mr. Magnus?
No gun. I am looking disrespectfully. Autobots roll out.
No guns, no
swords,
swords, no something.
no briefcases. That's a more than meets the eye
yeah.
reference.
Yeah, brainstorm.
Fate rarely calls upon us at a moment of our choosing. That's one of those. That's a quote from the Bayverse that's actually good because Peter Cullen was saying it.
Mm-hmm.
That's a very strange collection of stuff, but it's interesting because of it.
Yes.
God, I should. No
Big
guns,
Convoy
no
is
swords,
happy
no
to see
briefcases is
Toy
a reference to more than meets the eye. So I should explain the thing Blokey's is doing where I was like, Jesus Christ.
Oh,
Yes,
the one that stepped on.
Yeah, let me explain this. And there's context too because
Yeah,
people
Overlord.
like I was. Wait, let me pop this window out.
Yeah, like everyone was just like,
I remember reading that issue.
you know, weren't Blokies made for children? And then it's just like,
Yeah.
where are they going with this?
I was gonna finagle my windows so that I'm sharing the stuff in a
So I
separate
know
screen.
the place I get Blokies from. I know they got the Bruticus parks, and then my friend, he didn't see any Defender 6, but maybe they had them and they already sold out. But
Yeah.
I know at least
So
the
let me-
Bruticus parks are starting to pop up over here.
So let me explain this. Lost Light loved its its red shirt deaths, right? So there's Pipes in his vehicle mode, and then he ran into Overlord, and this was Overlord breaking out of his prison to everyone's surprise, right? And so Pipes gets stepped on and killed, and it was a big shocking moment, because Overlord's about to break out, nobody is safe. This cast member just got killed off.
Mhm.
And they made a few third-party figures of Smushed Pipes. The reason people were mad about this was because if you liked Pipes, be it a G1 fan or a comics fan, for a long time the people only had one joke, and it was about Pipes getting stepped on by Overlord. So people in the fandom were sick of this, right? Like, yeah, he got stepped on by Overlord, he died, say something else. So it's really funny. So Blokey's has its vehicle line now called Blokey's Wheels, right? That they're making a more than meets the eye Pipes that can actually transform into his stepped on form from the comic there.
Yep.
And it has the Huffer colors as well. I don't know.
They did one for Huffer. Funny thing is, they haven't made a Blokey's Overlord, so there's nobody to correct it yet.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah. hey, this comic ran over a decade. No,
they do have the
it was
Overlord
2016, yeah.
jet and the tank parts that can combine in this wave, I think.
This comic's like a decade old. We're past the embargo for spoilers. He got stepped on and died by Overlord.
No. Toy Warp says nobody likes Pipes. I'm like, that is not true.
Yeah.
Everybody is someone's favorite.
Yeah.
I remember the minute I saw him on the shelf, I'm like, I need Pipes. He just has. I like his colors, and he was just so unique compared to all the other mini bots.
Yeah. Immensely funny that they're officially making one of these now, like a decade after the fact.
Pipes.
Yeah.
Damn, imagine you be high as a kite with that.
Yeah. What else did I have popped up here? Was there anything interesting? Because I was trying to keep a lookout on some of the new stuff that was coming out.
Impactor says of all the figures,
Iron Fist,
Pipes is one of my missing mini bots.
Roadbuster, both halves of Overlord's vehicle mode. I want to say whatever the opposite color one, the one that we didn't get in the first wave between Runabout and Runamuck. I can't remember anymore off the top of my head.
Runabout's the one that's colored black, and there's a B in his name, so that's how I remember which is which. And Runamuck, not having the B in his name, is the one that's colored white.
But yeah, whatever the second one of them. There's one in the wave 1, and I think there's the second one's in wave 2. And they
Yeah.
still need to make Defender Skyward jet mode. Damn it! The gold one in the yearly annual gold set does not count.
The people have spoken. They demand Skywar.
When RJ says, has finally the Astro Train complaining finally gone now? I think if Hasbro
I noticed
just
he has
made,
really big titties.
I think if
There, not
Hasbro
John.
just made a bigger scale New Age or Iron Factory Astro Train, then we would be celebrating.
Well, people are complaining less now that they've seen him transformed correctly.
hmm
It really highlights that there was a period there where we were starting to get really good stock photos whenever the new stuff came out. They'd have like dioramas with fancy backgrounds,
Yep.
like how all the Kingdom figures had those pictures on those like lava landscapes.
hmm
And I guess when they shrunk and there was all those layoffs, their photo guys went with them because now we're back to stock photos against a white background where the photographer seemingly doesn't know how to transform the figure and makes a bunch of mistakes.
That's
Yeah, I'm
that's
trying to think.
exactly
Did any
it.
of the Age of the Prime Wave 1 have backgrounds or not?
Mm.
I know for sure. I remember Legacy United stuff having the backgrounds, but once
Yeah.
you get beyond that, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't think Age of the Primes had any color backgrounds, just those plain white ones.
Now,
And even if they used like a color for the background that was complementary to the colors of each individual bot, even that would be an improvement rather than the same boring neutral gray card for photography, which is like beginner level photography knowledge to get your light color balance from, is literally what the background is.
RJ's asking a poll, who's getting that Studio Series Astro Train?
Yeah. Well, I don't get a lot of leader class guys because they're expensive, so I was already out.
As I have said on the Facebook groups, RJ, I'm from in Richmond, Virginia, you have one of the few triple train crossings in the world, and in the North America. Maybe I'll get it just to have multiple transformer trains in roughly the same scale.
So the interesting thing is they did the Siege one back in 2019, so there is a pretty good Astro Train that you can get on the aftermarket for decent prices already, and they did it very recently got re-released as one of the dramatic capture box sets that Takara is doing. They did a triple takeover, so it was him, Blitzwing, and Starscream, all in G1 cartoon colors. That's if I was going to get an Astro Train, I'd just get that one because it looks better than this one. Let me see if I can find a photo of that set just to
Yeah, it's the
demonstrate.
robot mode that is ugh. And then the robot mode's worse. The ship is it's a side grade at best. It's just the ship's not smooth in a different way that the She's ship isn't smooth.
Yeah.
I like the
TFW
train because
provides.
it has the moving linkage for the wheels that move when you roll it.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yes.
I mean, I would be buying it for the train mode, and just because I'm a triple train from one of the few triple train crossings in the world. So, but I would be keeping Siege Astro Train as for the robot mode. And
Now, as you're finding this, with the combiner that I took apart, what's interesting is it's more or less the combine modes or attachments just attach, but they don't actually turn. Gonna see if I can zoom in there on his chest, or sorry, this one's one of the arms. But to combine them to the torso is just like this little peg here. But the thing is, like, it just attaches in, so it doesn't actually turn. It's like that's it for his arm.
Dang. What I'm also getting here is they do have individual robot modes too.
Yes, they do. And what's interesting in the store is, I think, like the whole thing was only trying to remember how much it was. I think it was like 20 or 15. So they had the individual robots for $5 each, but then buying the whole combined set was $15.
Well, there you go.
Shinta. Shinta.
Well, there we go. So there's an image that Fear has up.
Yeah. Oh, so that's the Dramatic Capture series set, and that is the previous Astro Train, the Siege one, done up in his proper cartoon colors. Why is it not showing me the images anymore?
Oh,
I can pop them up here. Yeah. So that's what he looks like in his. There we go. That's what he looks like in his robot mode, and you got Blitzwing and Starscream, and they gave Starscream his coronation gear because why not? And pop them in their shuttle modes here. So if I was going to get an Astro Train, this is the one I would be going after from this set of guys because it looks better than the 86 one, and it's in the correct colors, all those good things.
yeah.
And so these
And
sets
there is like
interesting.
there is an upgrade little missile pod / shield thing that you can use to fill in the scrappy looking park of the rocket that I own. It's not nice. It fits really smooth. Color match is good on it. I don't know for that version, but I got the Siege versions.
The timing of these
toy.
Dramatic Capture sets has always been really interesting to me because they're basically in the middle of doing a new generation of updates because we're getting like new Astro Train, the new Seekers. They did 86 Optimus and Megatron, and then these Dramatic Capture sets are like the previous generation of figures, but they're getting fancy color schemes and being re-released as like alternatives. So it's like if you don't like the new updates, well, they have fancy versions of the previous generation of updates also available.
Well, RJ says the dramatic capture series set is pushing 200 now, probably more. It's impossible to get now unless you're going to pay aftermarket price.
Ah, nuts. Well, whenever I talk about these kinds of purchases, I'm really talking about TFCon, where things can be nebulous and negotiable, and I have cash in hand from my sales. You know, whenever I'm talking about something like this, that's what I'm thinking about. Though they didn't have, I wanted the set with Optimus and Jazz and Teletran 1, and they didn't have it last TFCon. I was disappointed because I was looking forward to grabbing it because that's where I got the previous one. So I don't know. I guess it's a matter of somebody stocking it also.
Mm-hmm. RJ was asking which Transformers is that? It looks like a Dollarama bot, and that's exactly what it is. So actually, so the combiner one is not Dollarama. I think from like kind of the same company, but this one's a Dollarama, which I just opened up the box. So these,
RJ's on.
yeah, so this was actually pretty cool. And you know what? Let me take the light off. There we go. So that's kind of the Dinobot-ish kind of character.
Yeah. So I wonder if it's. I think it might be. I'm gonna look up an image real quick to see if it's. It might be Transformers Prime Strife. Is it see-through? Is it clear plastic?
It is.
Oh.
Well, it's almost clear.
Translucent.
It's translucent. Yeah. But size-wise, I would say the one combiner robot, he's about the height of. Yeah, he's actually about the height of Omega and Triptychon from G1.
Wild. I thought maybe it was Transformers Prime Dive Bomb, but no. Dive Bomb had the wings on his arms, so wrong figure. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's a swoop.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it certainly looks like it transforms like swoop.
Actually, yeah, kind of. Let me see if I can zoom in again here. On the front part, it's if you turn it, there is.
That's a cool motion. Honestly, I really dig that it's translucent purple because that's a favorite color choice of mine.
Mm-hmm.
So, I like my synthwave
My
stuff.
first car was purple.
Mm-hmm. Are there instructions on how to transform it? Because I bet you could close up the legs and fold the arms a bit and just do the swoop thing.
I bet so. I'm gonna try it.
Those are Swapticons, Grimlock, and whichever Dinobot they decided to accompany.
The Stegosaurus Snarl.
Snarl, okay.
Yeah, so RJ says that's right at Sedum. There's a filler for the Siege Astrotrain shuttle gap that makes it look really good. And RJ saying that's a good mold spin. I wonder what they knocked off to make him. And oh yes, earlier Impactor was saying. So before I leave, I got some news
RJ's on now.
that he's at 450 subs and working on making Unicron versus Seekers from the 86 stop motion, from the 86 movie in stop motion. Now I may not have a cone heads, but I will make it work. And also says I will do my face transforming video. Sorry, Magnus, for not having it.
Fear or courage? What would you do if one of your cats just magically had a Stegosaurus tail all of a sudden?
Well, we have a costume for one of them that does have a Stegosaurus tail, so I've seen this
God.
happen.
That is a freaky coincidence. Number 2. First a pink shirt, now this.
Okay, let me see how. If there are any.
I need to get the
instructions.
5-pack with Slug in it, so because I know in Final Fantasy VII there's a Triceratops tank enemy, and I could recreate that with the Slug head and the Shockwave tank, but it.
What's interesting is so the dinosaur and this pterodactyl doesn't come with instructions, but the combiner one did.
Is there a boxed image of the alt mode you can consult, or are you just going to have to freestyle it?
There is and isn't. It's I mean it's like the drawing element of it, so I'm gonna have to kind of freestyle it, even though the image is here. But I think it's kind of self-explanatory. Although his feet are his hands.
Speaking of feet being hands, lift up the back legs. Ugh. Cat feet are now hands.
It's Shadow Panther, isn't it? I guess they're really looking for
Yeah, it's Shadow Panther. Yeah, I swapped the heads on mine because I figure Shadow Panther would be bigger than Ravage, so I swapped the Ravage and Shadow Panther heads because you buy them as is. Their heads are on the opposite bodies, which I thought that doesn't make much sense. Having Ravage on the bigger cat since he's a smaller character, so.
Yeah, I suppose.
Oh, I get it now. Oh, and I think Impactor was saying he couldn't hear Magnus. So I kind of missed if Magnus had said something to him.
What was that?
I guess when he was apologizing for not making the video, I think you said something, but he couldn't hear it.
Oh, I said he's going to get extra credit. He gets to make up his assignment this once. Everybody gets a freebie. We'll see.
Okay.
We'll see.
I just want to take a moment to shout out a really surprisingly good bit of engineering here on Arachnid, which is they gave her these tiny, spindly little feet. You don't think that she would be able to stand up, but somehow they engineered her balanced enough that she can, and I don't know how they accomplished that, because it shouldn't work, yet somehow it does.
You know, I find the
Well,
feet
it's
in
kind of
a
like
barricade.
if you ever seen that sculpture principle where you have the chains and they're holding something up and they'll go rigid.
Mhm.
Like if you ever seen that, I guess if something like that can be done, I mean, I feel why not the right. There happens to be a sculpture that does that whole something being stood up on chains that I live like walking distance from that, so that's why I had that specific example.
It's your area of expertise as an artiste.
Ooh, this So it is similar to
It's
Swoop,
like
but
flying
it's
buttricks and like European architecture, I guess.
actually quite interesting after it's transformed.
Yeah, honestly, I kind of. Ooh, okay, that's actually. Honestly, I kind of dig this. You said you just found this at the dollar store.
Yep.
How's the like durability of it? Because I know these things can feel kind of dicey in terms of like materials and joints and things.
You know what? This is actually way more durable than the combiner one.
Yeah.
Oh, and Magnus, I do have to say thank you again for the Swoop and the Jazz that you sent me, because I actually have them on my desk where I've like I had Slag, so I have Slag and Sloop, and they're holding their swords up next to each other, and the Jazz is like right underneath the both of them. So it's kind of like, who
Right.
dares who dares go against those three?
Yeah. It'd be funny if you just wind up like slowly acquiring the rest of the Dinobots over like a period of years.
That would be cool.
Give
Actually,
me time. Give me
Yeah.
time.
let's see if I can take a picture of this and send it.
Oh,
There we go.
Like they just reissued Snarl, so he's out there too.
See if I can quickly email this to myself and then bring it up on our on while we're on.
Oh yeah, so I guess you gave the spare sword to Slag.
Yes.
Yeah. I believe it's the extra sword is supposed to be Grimlock's to go with him technically.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I can't identify them by sight, but all of the Dinobots had different looking swords, on the original figures, so the details were maintained when they blew them up for these.
It's funny that maybe I kept Slag's sword in the box.
Oh, he
He
didn't
didn't.
come with one.
That explains it, because I'm like, well, he has a gun, so I'm like, you know what? Here's this extra sword. Swoop has one. I'm gonna give
Yeah.
Slag a sword, so it looks cool that
Yeah.
now both of them have a sword.
So I've mentioned this before. It's kind of a thing of our memories incepting this. We always picture the Dinobots with swords because the original figures came with swords,
Mhm.
but no, only most of them didn't use them on the cartoon because the animation models that they drew up for reference didn't include them. They just included their guns. Uh, Snarl has his sword because his animation model had one. None of the other guys do. So when they did the studio series figures of them, none of them included them. They just gave a couple swords to Swoop because they had the extra budget, and they were like, okay, you can pass these off to your other figures.
Interesting.
Yeah, but because in the comics and the figures had the swords, everybody remembers the Dinobots as all having swords.
Right. Okay. Let's see if I can. There we go.
Have you learned the ins and outs of getting Jazz's backpack to uh,
I
stay together?
I think so, and it's like once I transformed them, I'm like, that's it. So that's how they're sitting on my desk right at the moment.
Oh, lovely. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. So I'm like, anyone goes against Jazz, and it's like, well, you gotta go through those two guys first.
Yeah. They got their priorities straight.
We Dinobots like music.
I still think the funniest line is when they first introduced them, and they're like, we don't know who those guys are, and it was like, anyone who doesn't have our symbols, well, we'll just dynamite them to pieces.
Yeah, filter it through Dinobot speak and then being like,
Yep.
what?
And actually, you know what? I will open up this other dinosaur dollar store
Dollar
transformer.
Store Dinosaur. Dollar Store Dinosaur would be a good name for a band.
That's it. Dollar store
I think
dinosaur.
what I was looking at recently, the armor Zors. I was looking at the ones where not the ones where you have the realistic dinosaur and then you put the vehicle bits on it as armor, but the ones that are the robotic dinosaur and then you turn it into a vehicle. I know there's a Velociraptor which is yellow, a T-Rex, which is red, and the Triceratops is blue. Thought the one I was looking at, I think, was the Velociraptor. I thought that looked neat.
The
And
Velociraptor.
then the Korean, so I think it's like a ATV, like a three wheel ATV. So I think the two wheels on the one end are in the hips, and then the one wheel that's in the front end is like in the stomach. So it's good wheel placement, and actually looks like it's just like maybe just a robotic gear. It looks pretty actually good placement of it where it seems natural. Actually, I hadn't seen video of the T-Rex and the Triceratops, and then the Korean versions of the figures do both gimmicks together in the same toy. So they're a lot more expensive than the American ones, where they kind of split the two play patterns and two sublines, where you have the realistic dinosaur and you put the vehicle armor bits on, and then the robotic dinosaur, i.e. the fully armored dinosaur that turns into the vehicle.
No, RJ is saying I should display these dinosaurs with the Dinobots, but then he's also saying, so is the new Studio Series Hot Rod worth all the hype? Is anyone getting the new Hound, Animated Ratchet, or Devastation Bumblebee?
I mean, if I can get a copy that doesn't have QC problems, because apparently a lot of them do, then I think it'll be worth the hype. Because I mean, one of the original Studio Series Hot Rod is just one of my favorite figures ever. And this, outside of making it the right color, also just fixes a few other little things about it, like the roof being a proper solid color, adds a little more paint to a few different places. Comes with the fishing rod now, which is important to me.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Had there been any other reuses of the mold, or is that the first one?
They did it as Shattered Glass Rodimus, and that's the only other time it's been used. And apparently that didn't have problems, so nobody's really sure why.
Yeah, you would have thought like it was a seeker or something that's been used for like a dozen characters already or something.
Yeah. As for the rest of them, while I don't immediately have plans to grab them, I got to admit, Animated Ratchet actually looks really nice. I'm not usually an animated collector; it just looks like a really solid figure. They retooled it from Hoist, and it comes with all.
Yeah,
these tools.
and it's like you said, it's surprising like how they retooled it, and it's even though it's a retool. I mean, it lends itself to the character, and they retooled most of the parts, maybe the robot shoulders and the thighs, I think.
Yeah.
So that's why it looks good, because they went the extra mile. They didn't just do what they did with Wreck-Gar, animated Wreck-Gar, and like, new head, done.
God, I wonder if this is a latter-day Power Rangers mech, but maybe I'm just saying that because of the colors, which they always just make up for these things.
The face is giving me the more of a Japanese style of robot.
Could you imagine this being a guy in a suit stomping around a city? Then it's probably a Power Rangers mech, you know?
That's it.
It's
That's how they do
Godzilla,
it.
but for legal reasons, we cannot say Godzilla.
So the Dragon Zord, basically.
For legal reasons. It was just funny. The quote unquote swoop was easier to transform. This Grimlock is a question mark.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm pretty sure you could even
Oh.
transfer your 86 swoop there pretty easily, because it's not a very complicated design. And there's not much to really change about it when they update it, you know?
Although I found with the Slag, there was one step that was really, it kind of, overlooked as much as you look in the instructions. I've kept them in robot mode since, but there's that one step where I'm like, this isn't quite fully explained properly in the instructions.
Oh yeah, I run into that sometimes with like the reason it took me a while to transform the arachnid that I just have on my desk here is because there were definitely a bunch of points where I was like, what are they asking me to do here?
Mm-hmm.
I have to go back and undo some stuff because I realized I misinterpreted a step and stuff like that.
Yeah, I always found out of the Studio Series 86 Dinobots, I always found Slug's, robot wings to be the most loosey-goosey. They don't really seem to plug in on mines. Because, I mean, the Grimlock's ones seem to stay in place. I'm trying to think, is it Sludge that doesn't really have wings, or does he have wings? But Snarl does, if I remember correctly.
Well, both of them kind of have wings. I'm going by my memories of the Little Legends guys.
But yeah, Snarl, like, thank God they improved it for whatever reason. You had like, okay, Grimlock's wings were good, and then Slugs were like, and then the remainder, wings were, stiff as you would want them to be, instead of being like, Slug would be like, I ain't a bird. Things are just
Okay,
loosey goosey.
I got a little something that I just found.
Ooh.
It has absolutely nothing to do with Transformers at all. Does everybody here know what Firefly is? Nathan Fillion,
Yes.
Alan Tudyk.
Yep.
Have you been following?
Very much like Outlaw Star.
Yeah. Have you been? Oh, that was one of the Lego kits that I put together, too. So there's that.
Mhm.
Is the Serenity?
Firefly, for anybody in our audience that does not know, was a short-lived science fiction television series from the 2000s, starring Nathan Fillion.
That was
Alan Tudyk.
predated by an anime called Outlaw Star that is suspiciously similar.
It ran for like
And
13 episodes. It was canceled. Then they did a feature film called Serenity that tied the whole thing up.
well,
It's a nice little watch.
I don't know if you can say that, but they tried. So
Well, they obviously wanted to do more, but they're like, let's try to give this a sense of closing just in case this is it. That was my impression at the time.
So for the last month, Nathan Fillion and Alan Tudyk have been posting these little videos on Instagram of Nathan Fillion walking up to the other stars. Like he started with the girl that played Zoe, the woman that played Zoe, and he knocks on her trailer and she answers the door. Now, Nathan is a cop on The Rookie, and she plays a lawyer on another show. And she opens the door and she goes, "Oh, is it time?" Like that. He says, "It's time." And it just kind of pans back and forth between the two of them, and then it ends. Well, everybody's thinking, oh, well, her lawyer person is probably going to do a crossover on The Rookie. And then they go to the girl from Deadpool, who played Anara. And he does a video with her where he knocks on the door and she answers the door in her policeman's uniform because she's a cop on another show. Like that. And they think, she goes, "Oh, it's time." And he goes, "Yeah, it's time." And then they pan back and forth between the two of them. And everybody's talking about a crossover. Well, then he has another one done with the guy that played Simon, the doctor. Well, Simon's not in anything.
Yeah, I was going to say, what's he been in? Everybody else, I remember they did, at least I can think of some other thing each of them was in, but like.
And so people have just been, going crazy. Oh, they're probably going to do like a cast. Everybody's going to be on Castle, or not on Castle, on
The Rookie.
The Rookie.
Mhm.
Like they did in Castle. In Castle, everybody made a guest appearance.
Yeah.
And Alan Tudyk makes his appearance on The Rookie all the time. He's one of their scientific crab lab inspectors, or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then he made one with Jewel State, who is Kaylee, who also is not in anything.
Mm-hmm.
And she says, "Oh, is it time?" And he says, "It's time." And she went, "Shiny." Like that. And he had very shiny.
That was her catchphrase in the show.
Right. And so now everybody, oh, it is. It's going to be something to do with Firefly. Oh, it's just going to be on their podcast. He just did one with Adam Baldwin, Jane. And he's holding Jane's hat. And Jane answers the door in his hat, eating an apple off of a knife like he did in the show.
Nice.
So for those of you out there who are Firefly fans like I am,
They're doing something.
get ready. 9 days. That's what they've said. 9 days, something is happening.
Okay. I'm like, I need to temper my expectations there because I don't want to say they're bringing the show back because I feel like that's almost being too optimistic, but I'm like, they're doing something.
They are definitely doing something, and
Yeah.
I don't care what it is. As long as it's Firefly related, I'm there.
Also, that T-Rex having a beard made out of fists is amusing to me.
Yeah, I'm not sure where they went with that. Like, everything else makes sense. The tail you have to attach on, but this part with his arms underneath his mouth, made sense in robot mode, but not in this mode. So like
I wonder if
something
there's something you can do with it.
something's missing, and with no instructions, it's kind of like okay.
Will they not fold up inside of him somewhere in his chest?
No, it's something.
Will they
I don't
turn
know.
out at 90 degrees and become his arms like this? His T-Rex arms?
That's what I was thinking, and it doesn't. Like somehow in the image, it almost seems like it would have been off to the side, but in T-Rex mode, but it doesn't seem to work out that way. It's something.
No, what we talked about with Firefly, it was always a big joke for us when we'd find people that had never heard of it, like that, and they're like, and then everybody would talk it up how good it is, and they're like, oh really? I'll have to look at it. I was like, I've got the first season. I'll get it. I've got them. I'll let you borrow the first season. And then they'd watch the first season, they'll bring it back, and they're like, oh, this was fantastic. Have you got season 2? And it was like, nope, that's it. Well, what did you do? We just welcomed you to the family is what we did.
That's it.
Yeah, how long
Well,
was
did
an
you at least show
episode
them
of
the
that
film?
show? Was it like a half hour or hour time slot?
I think they were probably an hour time slot because each episode's like 42 minutes. So there's
And
probably
how-
16 to 18 minutes.
Oh, what was it? How many episodes was there?
I think 13. I think.
Yeah,
I'd say.
I want to say that.
Okay, so it'd be a comparable runtime to Outlaw Star then, which is the anime that predates it, but they're very similar. Like girl in briefcase that somehow navigates the ships and a lot of the same character tropes.
Like I've never watched an episode of Outlaw Star in my life, but I only know about it because everybody's
14.
always like, "Oh, they copied Outlaw Star."
14 episodes, but they
And a
only
movie.
aired 11 of them because there was 3 that were so graphically out there that they said no.
But they're on like DVDs and
Right. Well,
Yeah,
there,
like who
there's
watches these on TV?
the episode with the reverse. They would not air that on regular TV. There was too much blood and killing in it.
Wow.
yeah, I remember with Outlaw Star, there's I think one of the last episode before the big final arc where they raid the ley line, and like Gene's trying to get collect bullets for his magical his gun, caster gun, that basically it's a gun that shoots magic spells, and each number type of bullet has a different spell assigned to it. And it's like this planet that the caster gun was supposed to, but it's been turned into a tourist trap. So while everybody else is enjoying themselves, he's like exploring the snowy mountains trying to find these ancient wizards and to get caster shells from them. And like he keeps on having this guy who's trying to assassinate him the whole time. One of the I can't remember what the pirates are called in Outlaw Star, but it's a pirate with the mask and kind of has the Vega from Street Fighter type claw. And then all the wizards, there's 3 of them: an old man, a youngish man, and then a woman. And they're all trying to like get him to buy like, yeah, oh, don't buy caster shells. You want this merch, you want like this I've been to this planet, type merch. And there's like, no, I need caster cells. We're going somewhere dangerous.
To be fair, this does sound like a Firefly plot. So
That's right.
Oh God.
And if you like
So scary.
multi-piece board games, it takes like 45 minutes to set up and then you play it for 4 hours. The Firefly board game is awesome. I have every expansion of it. But yeah, it's like 800 pieces. It's got a lot to it.
Impactor says that's a KO of Grimlock, and then I don't know, Grimlock's even G1 Grimlock is built way better than this T-Rex.
Yeah, Age of
G1
Extinction, they
Grimlock
really
wasn't that bad.
No, I
Age of
love my
Extinction, they really
Grimlock.
cut down the toy quality because they start kidifying all the toy lines.
yeah, I like my G2 Grimlock that I have, both the new version and the vintage one. So I can attest to that. Yeah, Grimlock's one of those ones where every time they do a straight update of him, like when it's not like a twist on the design, it's always still the same transformation because they just got it right the first time. It's always head back, sides up, torso up, legs flip into tail, fists out. Maybe they'll add a couple things here and there, but it's always literally been just that. The Masterpiece still did that.
Yep.
The Studio Series one does that. If you've seen one of them, you know how all of them work. Like
Unless
even
it
Mario
does the
Optimus Prime, they'll
Pretenders
twist his
version
waist and do some
transformation.
funky stuff with his grill and stuff to change the proportions. But Grimlock, no, they're like never once changed.
And before
mhm.
we completely wrap up, I do want to share this one just for anybody who does like fourth party.
Fourth party.
So this is coming out on Show's store. And this is
Fourth
the
party.
MP10 version of Shattered Glass, and that is not a intro price. That is the pre-order price, $50 American for a 9-inch
Oh,
masterpiece OP MP10.
Sub-liter class prices for a figure that's way bigger than one. Yeah, that's absolutely worth it.
Yeah,
mhm.
I think I might have to have this one.
I hear him
Looks
typing the
good.
credit card info in
Oh.
now.
Yep.
There you go.
Ooh. That is
That
nice.
reminds me, I saw a interesting Ava Unit 1 cosplay I'll have to send you, Bill. Unless you happen to saw it on my Facebook feed already. Guys in the background like, oh my.
Oh, yes, I did
Yeah,
see
it looks
that.
like the body paint Ava Unit 1 lady.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one.
And TF Marauder saying, "What up, gents? What up, TF Marauder? We're
What is this?
almost
He
almost
has a
ending for
USB
the
charger.
evening. A USB charger. That's
Oh, it's got a flat. Oh, so he has a flashlight to make his eyes light up,
Oh, that's clever.
and he comes
You
with
just
it.
include one.
That's pretty slick.
that is slick.
See, there it is.
And TF Marauders, how are you doing? And what are you up to? That's a nice Optimus.
It is. It's a very nice Optimus. Yeah, so he's on pre-order right now at Show Z Store. I will warn you, be careful. These are coming from Japan, so just like my pieces there, they're going to get opened in customs. Yes, Sedum had a piece get damn near destroyed.
But no, that wasn't even mine. I just felt because I dealt with like selling used games before, so I know like there's no freaking reason, like unless they honestly did not know how like floppy disks work because they're just that young and they're like, oh what? There's something in here. Let's tear off the floppy disk. And there's like a earlier version of a game that was only what I think it was 50 copies that was made, and it's by the people who made the Fate series. Is like one of their first games and like one of the 50 prototypes of it or something. Their first game, I think. And it just got totally wrecked. It's ridiculous. So it's like, and I was like, maybe it's just coincidence, but with the way the U.S. is about international markets and stuff right now, and like it's kind of like, this is kind of suspicious timing, to be this damn dumb. Like, come on.
Well, fair. I guess before we wrap up for the evening, your latest review that's been on the website.
I did try to do a 45-second summary. I hope it's actually 45 seconds because I realized I can't use the timer on my phone and type it out on my phone at the same time. So I'm estimating here.
Okay.
So you tell me how this works. So
All
my
right.
latest review on the website is Studio Series 86 not 86, Studio Series Transformers 1 Bumblebee. And what I had to say
Still
about him,
see that damn thing.
yeah, I initially skipped out on him because he's like a year old, but I don't think anybody else should because it turns out he's a startlingly good deluxe. And out of the four Studio Series Transformers 1 Deluxes I had at the time of writing it, I'd say Megatron's a little bit better, but this guy's a very close second because he just does everything really well. He's well engineered, he's solidly built, he has a bunch of fun accessories, he's a good likeness to the movie, he has a very straightforward, very fun transformation. Pretty much all the things you'd want. I especially appreciate that you can take the knives out of the guns on his wrist, which I didn't know you could do. And I also appreciate that he has this extra blaster here that you can give to other figures. Usually I keep him with my Optimus because he didn't come with a ranged weapon. So yeah, I would say don't sleep on him because I think it's worth getting yet another Bumblebee over because it turned out he is actually surprisingly good. And if you want to read more about it, go to childrenofprimus.com, go to our news and reviews section. He is my latest bot review.
Have you
How
handled
long was
the
that?
Oh, 1 minute and 7 seconds.
Almost there.
Almost there.
I got it pretty close just from estimating.
Nice. I'm going to turn that into a short.
Yeah. And I do release these every 2 weeks, so we're going to start backtracking. No, that works good. If I do one every 2 weeks, then I can do new one, slightly older one, new one, slightly older one. Yeah, it maths out.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and before we round out, Magnus, you have anything to add, and then we'll get to set them?
No, I pretty much hit all my stuff. I've got quite a few things at Big Bad Toy Store, but it's nothing more than what I had last week. I've got things that are coming, evidently, this week or this month. This is March, so Robeson Soundwave is supposed to ship this month.
Oh, that'll be interesting to see.
I will have to set up the other camera and a table so that we can put him out there and see what he'll do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for some reason this computer doesn't like that AI Coco. I don't know if it's the cable. I'm gonna try and get a better cable and see what happens there. But hell, that's a gold series. I don't know how much better I can get.
Impactors saying, see you guys next week. RJ Eagle saying, for courage, is that Bumblebee better than the other Transformers 1 Bumblebee?
Yeah, I was trying
the
to
simpler
ask.
one, I guess. I forget the one that it's called.
I don't have that one. I'll tell you a really basic
I
reason I
have
wanted
it.
this one is the other one only came with one gun and one sword. This guy comes with two guns. Yeah, the other one's on his back and two swords. So just because of that, I was like, I want the one with the full set of accessories. But no, I don't. I heard the Prime Changer one is pretty good. If somebody wants to throw one my way, I'll do a comparison. But I'm pretty happy with this one.
Badassatron.
The first thing I said in my review is like, look, we know that the point of it is it's cringe. That's why it's funny. It's funny when he tries to say it to Alita 1 and she no-sells it, and his response is to awkwardly pause and then say it again. That's why it's funny. There's a whole tangent right at the start. Look, sometimes I just go on tangents when I write these.
It's funny because when I shared the review and someone complained about that. They're like, how is it like the whole beginning is just like a rant against the movie and then it gets into the review? And I'm like, well, that's how reviews are written.
I was just talking about my Optimus review.
Yes.
Because I opened it by being like, look, Age of Extinction. It's the worst of the Michael Bay movies. And that it's a crowded marketplace on that.
Mm-hmm.
But hear me out. The figure is actually pretty good. I had to be real, right?
No,
like the way I didn't say it out loud because I'm writing it, but when I'm writing it, I'm very much being like, look, okay, bear with me here.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, RJ says, can't wait to see the Robeson demo, Mr. Magnus. And now over to Setum, what do you have coming up before we end for the evening?
I don't know if you can pull up my Setumbach Arts Instagram, but the piece with the bird and the snail on the mushrooms, that's the first piece I've been actually doing where I'm being serious since, this arm only being able to move that much compared to this one. And having enough stamina in there, but I've been chipping away at that. The piece with, like I said, it's one bird's under one mushroom, then there's a snail about ready drop coming in from above off the other mushroom above the bird. And I need to start detailing the blocking in the snail shell, and then detailing both the snail itself and the snail shell. I kind of done blocking it, detailing with everything else, like the background and the mushrooms and the one in the middle. Oh yeah, and I have that piece on sale. Where it's all, you go over a post or two. Yeah, that one. Then the carving, not the stone carving, but the foam carving that I put hardener on, that's on sale right now. So hopefully I'll make some little extra money.
Cool. And where can people find that?
That is in a physical store in Town and Country in Dayton, Ohio.
Okay. So,
It's where my main Second and Charles. Well, it's the only Second and Charles I know of in my area that I go to. That I sometimes get some used video games. I got my first wave of the Motu Thundercats, so the Lion-O, the Chitara, the Battle Cats. I've seen older Transformers there, but I never gotten them there. Some Second and Charles. Trying to think. Trader Joe's in there, and then I get a lot of there's like a Ross, TJ Maxx, so I get, when you ever something pops up, some Transformer stuff being on deep discount, that's like the closest place I can go to. That's a Ross, Marshalls type place, and I'll get a lot of that stuff too.
Okay, cool.
So
All right.
Like short bike ride distance. Like I say, single minutes ride by car, like 14 to 16 minutes by bike. So.
Very, very cool. Well, on that note, so check out Bach Arts on Instagram, Fair Courage on our website, childrenofprimus.com.
Yeah.
And Mr. Magnus.
The musician we had on a few weeks ago, he liked that drawing progress.
Magnus Multiverse. Yes.
Yeah, I couldn't remember. I used to know it was Magnus something. I was like, Magnus Multiverse, Magnus something.
And he actually won an award for in the John Lennon songwriting competition, which is very cool. So congratulations to him on that. So subscribe to all of our channels, like and like all of our videos, throw in a comment, and as we say at the end of all of our streams, until all are one.
Till all are one.
Till all are one.
We now return you to the Children of Primus.